Welcome to Joint Effort PAs, where two orthopedic surgery PAs get real about life in medicine. From tips and tricks to professional growth, work-life balance, and everything in between. We're here to share what we've learned and what we're still figuring out. Let's get into it. All right, let's do it.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Yes.
We are, we're going rogue this week.
Yeah, this is a little bit rogue.
Yeah.
This is a fun topic, though.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be a little unhinged with this.
Yes,
so
2026. Really feeling those boundaries.
Be ready for my brutal honesty.
Yes.
So here we are. So we're gonna go into dating and relationships and PA school and
and beyond.
Yeah. So this is fun. Yeah. So if you're somebody who is not yet in PA school, or about to go to PA school, in PA school, just out, whatever, single, dating, married, whatever, we've got some advice, or stories for all of the above.
Cautionary tales.
Tales, mostly that, I guess, and then maybe some positive advice too along the way.
So Hannah, when you were in school, first of all, how many students were in your class?
30.
Yeah, mine was 32. 26 or 28. Yeah. Okay, so like in that demographic, who was married, dating, single? Like what did that look like?
We had a couple people, I mean, I can't remember the exact numbers, but we definitely had some who were married.
Yeah.
Some people who were married and already had kids and families. I was like, whoa, these people are real adults.
Yeah.
Like, what am
Life
I
is together.
doing here? Wow. Impressive. And then we had people that were like in their very early 20s and total opposite end of the spectrum. So
I think the majority are, just at least my PA school was not a like combined undergrad so it was a minimum age of 21 and there was like the 21. I think I was 22 because I did like my year that I worked before. What?
You were so young in
I was so young. Still am.
Yes, exactly.
But no, so it was just people who were graduated from undergrad, and then it was like 35-year-olds who were on second careers, coming back to school, that type of thing. But like majority were, I think, single or dating, but not like married.
Yeah.
But I would say probably a handful were married, had kids. And I just didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Like at all.
It's wild.
Wild. Yeah.
Yeah. I know there was one girl in my class who was she pregnant at the time and like had her second kid somewhere in this mix? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
that's
wild,
insane.
Just like total different
not
life
where you were.
stages. Yeah.
So I went to PA school. My PA school started in July of 2005. This is a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was July like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, something like that. At the time, I had just broken up with someone and I was like ready to start school.
Yeah, fresh,
no strings
just like
attached.
nothing.
Okay. So July 15th, and I went to school in the Bronx. July 15th, I was in my friend's wedding and I was a bridesmaid and her wedding was up in Albany. So I remember committing to it, but then like when it got into it, it was first semester of PA school and cadaver lab was Sunday morning and the wedding was Saturday.
You had cadaver lab on a Sunday morning?
Cadaver lab was on a Sunday morning.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was 4 hours every Sunday. So it was like anatomy class and then you did your cadaver lab on the weekend. So I was like, okay, so did whatever we did on Friday, drove up to Albany, commit to the wedding, was 21, 22, went pretty hard.
Yeah.
Met a guy that night. And I was like, I'm in PA school. Like I can't. It's nice to know you, but I also like I'm going to school 2 hours away. So
cadaver lab in the morning.
Cadaver lab. So the next morning, I remember getting up ridiculously early. Hair was still all done, and I drove down like the New York Thruway. And the guy who I met gave me his number, and I remember driving down, literally put my window down and threw it out the window. I was like, this is like never gonna happen. Get to cadaver.
That was a move.
Yeah, it was a move. Get to cadaver lab. My hair is still all up, throw on some scrubs, and I was like, I'm here for it. Like that was.
I bet you looked great for that cadaver lab.
Was great. All my friends were like, because when I left Friday, they're like, you're not gonna make cadaver lab. I was like, tell me I won't do something. Like I'll do it. Anyway, so like, my mindset was like, I've committed to the next 2 years. I'm really just gonna focus on school. Spoiler alert. I ended up marrying that guy. So we've been married
Yeah,
for 18 years.
I mean,
but anyway.
So if you ever throw somebody's number out of your car window, it doesn't mean that that's the end of it.
So he cold called me on my flip phone, and I picked it up, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And he was like, we met like last weekend.
Yeah.
I was like,
remember me? I threw your number out the window.
But anyway, so I was not in the mindset to date somebody.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. But anyway, I'll get into the rest of that story. Yeah. But what about you? How did you enter PA school?
I entered PA school just freshly dating somebody, which I wasn't planning, because I feel like, and not to speak for everybody, but when you go into school single, like you just have this mindset like, I'm going to focus on me and school and all of these things.
Yeah, and this is just on the side.
Yeah. So like I had been single for a while and then met somebody like just several months before PA school, and was dating during.
So what was the conversation when you're like, oh, I'm going to start PA school? Did you have like a verbiage of what that would be? Like, did you say, hey, this is going to take up a lot of my time. Yeah. Like I'll see you on weekends.
Yeah. I mean, and that's pretty much what I did. It was, fortunately my PA school was only about 45 minutes from my home base. So I was able to come home pretty much every weekend, and so that made that part of it easier. So, the guy I was seeing was working full time, and that wasn't an issue because they were busy during the week. I was very busy during the week, and it worked out in that aspect. So I'll get into cautionary tales about that later. But that can be a very good thing. It can also be a not so good thing because you don't really maybe it's hard to get to know people in that, but even in those like troves in the trenches. Yeah.
So my identity when I was in PA school and I had met this guy, which again now is my husband, I was a student, and it was very clear that like my focus was on school, and then he lived like 2 hours away. So we talked, and then we kind of dated, and then on the weekends we'd hang out, but he would work too. So it kind of worked out that I could study and spend my time, but on the weekends we would get to know each other. But like, I guess he never knew me before PA school. Not that was like a different me, but there was always that part in my life, Yeah. So, I don't know. I think for someone who's not let's talk about this for a little bit. For someone who's not in medicine and you're dating someone who's not in PA school, I think it's a nice reprieve from what you're doing like 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and then you don't have to talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, it can be. I think you can look at that both ways, because I know people who, so you can get into this, like dating people who are in versus not in your same field of work. Some people feel very strongly that like they don't want that. Yes. And like I can see both ways of it. I will say though, there are certain things that make it very difficult to they just can't understand. Oh yeah. Right.
No, in my life, that's always there. They just don't understand why I care beyond when I leave.
Right. Like, Yeah. Yeah. And I can see that, but I can see where it's nice to have that reprieve of like, I'm going to leave that there, and this is just like a different part. A different world for me. But then again, it's also nice to share that with somebody.
So I had a really good friend that I met in PA school, and she had, just before she went to Messiah College, right? So like super Christian school, met her husband there. December before he graduated, they got married like 3 days before the end of the year. He then did med school at Ross University, which is like in the Caribbean. So they got married. She moved with him to the Caribbean, right? Worked at like Blockbuster or whatever, like she did down there, and worked out every day, which sounds amazing. When he did his second 2 years of med school, they moved to New York, and that's where he did his rotations. So she was, quote, bored, so applied to PA school, got in, and then she was my really good friend throughout PA school, and she was there because she was in New York for 2 years. Why not just medicine? Do it? Yeah. So like that was the complete opposite of like my relationship, which was like this guy that I saw on the weekends come and visit me, and she was like all day, every day, like her conversations were medicine all the time. Yeah. Yeah. And she, P.S., never worked as a PA. I think she's his office manager now, which I don't even understand that, but whatever.
I mean, I guess like as a PA, like you go to PA school and you get like some, medical background that helps with that. But
But that's
Oh my
a lot
gosh.
of money
Can
to
you
be a
imagine,
medical
like,
assistant or an office manager.
I'm just going to become a PA because it's convenient right
So-
now. It's annoying almost.
So-
Oh my God.
Again, like the life that we live. So she was in Queens and she lived in an apartment. When he matched for his residency, the timing of it was he left like July 1st. So she had to spend the rest of the summer, because ours was 27 months till Labor Day-ish, doing her master's project. And right before that, like April timeframe, she was pregnant.
Oh,
So
gosh.
she didn't have a place to stay. And I remember she was like, hey, can I stay at your apartment? And I was like, my married pregnant friend staying at my apartment for the next 3 months? Okay, sure.
Why not? I mean, it's like
So
a great
weird.
time.
But anyway,
Oh,
I had
God.
a lot of friends who were actively dating during PA school. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So my class, I mean, I had several friends. I think this happens a lot, who came into PA school with pre-established relationships, were dating, and it became a long distance thing.
Yes.
And 50% of those failed. Yeah. So sorry to say it out loud if that is you. I'm not saying yours will fail. It's definitely doable. Statistically, the odds are not in your favor.
Yeah.
So, there were several in our class who were very determined to make it work, and things happen.
Yeah, but also like you don't know what you're going to be into time commitment wise until you're in it.
Yeah.
And it's very strenuous, I think, on a relationship when you're not the PA student before, and then like certain roles are there, and then you are the PA student, and then your time significantly decreases.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think 21, 22, 23-year-olds are mature enough in life to like have that conversation with their significant other that's like, hey, listen, I'm going to need to spend the 2 years, because guess what? The people that were married did fine.
Yeah, totally. And I think it depends on age and life stage too, because I didn't feel that it was, I don't mean this to sound like, it wasn't hard, but like, it wasn't as hard. I was 28, I think 28 or 29 when I started PA school. And it just wasn't like, I thought it was an easier lifestyle for me. So dating for me, I was like, this is a breeze. I go to school at 8 and I go to class and I finish at 4. And then I go for a run, or I go to my CrossFit gym, and then I study, and then do whatever. And that was like, it was an easier life than what I was used to beforehand. I had my weekends free, which wasn't always the case. Being an athletic trainer before, I think just kind of like screwed my brain up a little bit. I wasn't used to having any free time. So
in your PA class, were you ever interested in dating anyone in your class?
In the class?
Yeah.
No, I was actively dating the same person throughout the entire time. Also, the guy to girl ratio is a bit off in most PA schools. So like your odds are not working well in your favor in that.
Yeah.
Now there was
to males. Obviously.
There is a couple from my class who got married. Well, they met in our class.
Yeah.
I don't think they started dating until clinical year.
Okay.
But everybody could like kind of see it come in a little bit during didactics. Started dating during clinical year and got married.
Okay. Do you think that in PA school there was, let's say, and again, I'm going to answer this personally, I had just started dating a guy, aka my husband. I guess I would give him a name. I don't know, a guy. But
what's his pseudonym?
It was like it was super new, so it was relatively non-committal, like from the start. And I remember there was a bunch of guys in my class, and the desire to date / get to know them was directly proportional to how smart they were.
Yeah, because you're gonna use them as a study partner.
No.
Or,
like I didn't.
Or you just see that as a positive quality.
Yes. Yeah. If they were dumb, they were the dumb ones in my class. I was not interested.
Well, okay, because like you are all in the same, like you got to the same point as them. What do they have to offer you? Like what makes them desirable?
Correct.
They need to be a little bit on a pedestal. Yeah. So if you're in the same class, you got into the same program, but you feel like they're dumber than you, ew. Like,
it was very ill. So there was this one guy that I could tell he kind of liked me, and then like he tried something, whatever. Anyway, but he was dumb, and I was like, this can never work for us. He's like, why? I'm like,
you're dumb
because you're one of the dumb ones. I don't know. Is that I can't imagine people in med school like I had respect for those in my class that were smart, but for those ones that seemed like they were on the lower third, I had no interest, study partner or otherwise.
Yeah,
like,
well,
no
it pisses
interest.
you off a little bit because you're like, I feel like I'm smart. Yeah, and we're in the same place. Like, why are you here with me?
Yeah, no,
you're ruining the
you're
statistics for me.
you're ruining this for me. No, I couldn't imagine dating anyone in PA school because then what? Like, let's say it didn't work out.
Yeah,
you know?
you're stuck with them
You're
in
stuck
class.
with them and, so
yeah, which is even harder than dating somebody just like in your same, in medicine or whatever.
But I would go out group wise with the PA, like the people that I liked in PA school that were also smart.
That I only hung out with the smart people.
Yeah, but a lot of the PA students, females, did make it very known that they very much wanted to meet someone in the medical field. I just never felt that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, again, I see it both ways. I think that it just makes for easier conversation.
Yes. Yeah.
Which isn't always, I guess, a good thing. But like for me, because my life and identity is wrapped up in what I do. We don't have to get into that today. It's just hard to talk about anything else. And this is a personal problem that I should overcome. Perhaps I need to find more hobbies, but it's a lot easier when you have those commonalities.
But is it possible in PA school to date?
Yes, very.
Yeah.
I think
and
it's very
med
possible.
School, obviously, too. I think it's very possible. And your crop is not necessarily your class.
And it probably shouldn't be.
It should not be.
Yeah. It's a recipe
advice.
for disaster, probably. But yeah, like time frame wise, now clinical year, like I can see that being quite challenging.
Yeah.
So, I do think that it's very doable. I even think that long distance relationships are doable. And I've been on both ends of the spectrum. Yeah. So I actually before I went to PA school, I was dating somebody who got into PA school. Okay. And ended up moving to be closer to them. And I also got a job out that way. But I kind of saw it from both ends of the spectrum. Like in that specific relationship, I was the non-medical, but I was medical, but I was the non-PA school girlfriend.
Yeah, so they have their crew.
They have their crew, like, it's me. And like you get invited to certain things to do with them, but like they all have their mutual trauma bond, right? Yes. And that's hard. Like everybody's trauma bonded, and you don't have the trauma bond, and so I had a hard time with that. And I think it's just like that's why a lot of them fail is because you get so caught up in like what you're doing and your group and your priorities that everything that's not that falls to the side.
Now, do you find whether it was you as the girlfriend or you as the PA student, when you go out, whether that is like one-on-one dating or like in a group setting, can you not talk about medical stuff?
No, I don't have that ability.
Okay. Like it just found its way in the conversation. Do you instigate or does it just end up there?
Somehow it ends up there. It's probably me instigating. Like I probably think in my mind this is happening organically and it just came up, but I inserted it in some way.
No, I have. when I was dating in PA school, and again, it was a non-PA person, and when I would hang out with them, it was all non-PA stuff, and they would, how's it like living in New York? How is your
what's
tell me the story? Like, And I remember on my friend's childhood easel, I drew in chalk a very, very specific anatomical situation that I got myself into that I had to explain. And there was no other way besides a drawing. And I remember after I did that, it was like, for whatever reason, I couldn't fully erase it. And my friend was like, we have to throw out this easel. Like, we have to throw it out. Like I drew. What did you draw? I drew a Bartholin's gland abscess.
And I know the story.
I know the story, but it was so traumatic, and I had to share it, and no one would believe it until I drew it on a child's easel. And I remember coming home from that, that like double date, like hangout, and I was sitting in the passenger seat. My husband's like, really?
Yeah.
I was like,
why'd you do that?
I mean, sorry. He's like, I have this easel in the back of my car. We now have to throw it out. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Because I drew Bartholin's cyst. I'm like, what did you draw? Like the circle of Willis? It was much worse.
It was much worse than that. I'm not ready to talk about it. Like buried that story. But anyway, so I think it finds its way in the conversation, unfortunately. Yeah. And it's much more appreciated when you're around other PA people. Yeah. But I don't think it defines like what the conversation is, but for those looking to date a PA or those that are in PA school looking to date, that is part of you. That will come with you. Yeah. Unfortunately.
I mean, the person either has to be accepting of it and like willing to hear the stories and somewhat excited for you or in it themselves.
Yeah.
I think where it doesn't work is people who are just like uninterested in it completely, right? Because this is like, this is your passion in life. Like you care a lot about it. It's like 90% of your life. So they have to at least care a little bit about it.
So the weight that you bring into a relationship, whether that is personal within family or like you're dating somebody, do you feel that during PA school you brought everything to the table? Like, were you able to give 100%? AKA, I was late a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be right there. And that was code for like in the next 20 to 65 minutes, probably.
Somewhere in that time frame.
Yeah. Or like explaining why you couldn't be. I don't know. Did you do a lot of justification?
I feel like didactic year, again, like for me, that was like the easy time in life. Right. It was very structured and very scheduled and very type A. So I liked that. So I didn't really have issues with that. Like I was more on time probably than I've ever been and more available than I've ever been.
Because that, again, like very predictable timeline, but let's get to clinical year. Clinical year, 6 weeks ahead of time, maybe. Even now I have PA students. They're like, can you send me my schedule? I'm like, oh my God,
I don't know. Like it's going to change the morning of.
It's going to change the morning of. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now I wasn't actually dating during clinical year. So I was dating somebody, like started dating somebody right before PA school and then dated all through didactic year, got engaged 5 months later, 6 months later, pretty quick turnaround, got married 3 or 4 months after that, right before clinical year. And so I was married for clinical year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it very unpredictable, but again, like, I think like you were saying, the married people did fine because it was just like the set expectation. It was what it was. I was all over the place. Like I wasn't even living at home the majority of the time because I was on away rotations.
But that person knew you throughout PA school. So it's not like that was...
It wasn't like a shock.
Now?
Yeah. Exactly. It wasn't like that wasn't an expected thing that was going to happen. So like that distance part of it wasn't necessarily challenging, I guess.
So you didn't have to work through like, I can't make this. Oh, we have a family thing. I can't.
No.
You didn't have to leave like a wedding early to go to a cadaver lab.
No, I didn't really like have a lot of other commitments during clinical year. I mean, I kind of set myself up in it. I was in that, like everybody, all my friends were already married and like had established lives. I wasn't in that like early 20s where my friends were like weddings, getting married, fun stuff planned.
I think where I'm going with this question is it's very difficult when you have like, again, your passion, your time, your energy is into something. It's building your future. Like I don't want to half-ass PA school. Right?
Yeah.
So it can come across as uncaring or you're a little flighty or flaky or whatever because you're kind of here instead of there. I think more so for family and non-PA friends had to do a lot of explaining as far as like why. And again, didactic year, not so much, but clinical year. It was kind of hard to like, no, I can't go on a 3-day bachelorette party in the middle of
like
my
I don't
internal
have
med
those
rotation. Like I can't
days
do that.
off. Yeah.
So that was a little bit difficult. Not that it was guilty to do that, but I hated hearing myself say, no, I can't for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. And you don't want to say no either. Probably like, I mean, that sounds more fun than your 3 overnight shifts in the ER. So you don't want to say no. Like you're thinking about it while you're there. Yeah. Like everybody else is having fun.
So I think setting boundaries when let's say you're in PA school and let's say you are someone who started a relationship right before, or you're someone who's in it, I think setting the boundaries of like what you can and can't do, super important for survival. Yeah. Otherwise, if there's missed communication and expectations are not set appropriately, it's doomed to fail. And you saw 50% of your friends
50% of them. And I feel like the ones who did the best had like the preset expectations, right? Yeah. The ones who like, unfortunately, distance has something to do with it. Like I knew people who were dating, one of them was on the West Coast. We're all the way on the East Coast. For them to meet up and see each other, it was hard. Like, every 3-4 months, it was a lot. And then they would talk in the evenings and stuff, but like, they just don't understand what the other person is doing. And then there's, jealousy of like, oh, you can't talk to me because you're doing all this stuff. And then it's just, it's hard. It's hard.
But I think advice to the partner of someone who is in PA school, like what can you do? I loved it when it was like, how was your day? Because sometimes it would give me the ability to be like, oh my God, listen to this. And even now, right? And then sometimes I'd be like, it's fine. Like if I didn't want to talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think like just being there, delivering food, that was nice.
Yeah. Or just like, I mean, trying your best to understand what the other person might be going through with it, and like trying to sound interested, if at all possible. So if somebody is explaining some weird thing that happened with a cyst. Yes. I mean, now that's interesting. Who could not be interested in that?
But because that's not like a dinner party conversation normally, but you're welcome.
Yeah.
Bringing that in. Okay. So Chat GPT. If I were a PA right now, and I am, so if I were in PA school, if I were in PA school, or if I were just, me looking to start a relationship. So Chat GPT says, if you're a PA creating a dating profile. Okay. So let's talk about dating apps and all that stuff for as much as we want to.
Yes.
Highlight the fact that you're intelligent. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't personally like to highlight these things. Side note, I'll go into this. Like, let's build my dating profile.
I'm going to give you advice, and then you're going to build it. Okay, so ChatGPT says you should highlight traits like intelligence, your problem-solving skills, compassion, and dedication.
Do people care about that on dating apps? Maybe.
I guess it depends on who you're trying to date. But balancing your demanding healthcare career with a desire for a grounded life, being honest about your time constraints, especially during school, using strong verbs, specific examples, avoiding cliches. Okay. So key elements for a PA profile. Highlight the life and medicine balance. PAs often value finding balance. You can express this by saying you enjoy medicine, but also have a life outside of the hospital. Maybe mention some family or hobbies.
It's tough.
Are you going to put that in your profile?
So I tried to, side note, clearly, like, now I'm back in the dating scene.
Back in the dating scene.
Back in the dating scene because, we can get into that in a second. But yeah, that part is challenging for me, like highlighting other interests. So I did try to build a profile, and I was selecting all of these little things like interests, right? Yeah. Travel, whatever. And I just selected a bunch of stuff because I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I guess I could be interested in that. And then everybody I talked to was like, oh, so where do you travel? And I was like, oh not nowhere. Yet. No, I just mean that sounds like it could be interesting. I actually, I'm not an interesting person now, but just wait, you wait.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to be this for you.
Yeah,
I am not ready to answer these questions.
I'm talking about who I want to become, not what I currently am.
So let me give you some advice. Use strong verbs. Instead of saying travel, fun, hiking, whatever, I like to have fun. I think the verb there is
I would like to have fun. Future tense.
I enjoy hiking. So the verb is hiking, right? I guess this is stupid. I love exploring new restaurants. I think for you should say, I would love.
I would love to.
I would like to explore new restaurants with someone. Yeah.
But avoid. I would like to hike
avoid
with
cliches like partner in crime. I'm looking for my partner in crime.
Yeah. I scroll through that stuff and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm looking for my other half. Yeah. I'm looking for my medical match. Ugh. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done that?
No, I haven't done that. I see those things and those are my orange flags.
Okay. And then be specific. So I guess the strong verbs and then the specifications, mention your specific interests. I love a good documentary. I do. I
like a murder documentary. Should I put that?
Probably. Yeah. I think that would catch a certain, some psychos, but also some
murderers
also like that. But
not opposed.
And then focus on shared values. You like to help others, which don't ever put that in your PA essay.
Yeah.
But on your profile, you can.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So let me give you some examples. I'm a passionate PA balancing medicine with life. I'm a proud PA who believes in compassionate care and critical thinking. When not at the hospital, you can find me. No.
Let's see. Where can you find me? At the gym.
You can find me at the gym.
Yeah.
Navigating PA school with determination. My schedule is intense, but I'm committed to learning and growing with someone else. I like that. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, don't claim you're a doctor.
Oh, who would do that?
I don't know who would do that, but implying that it's misleading and it's a major
okay.
red flag
Actually, I say who would do that, but let me tell you, the number that I have scrolled past, that's like, it's men who do this. Okay, so speaking directly to men,
I know,
it's men who do it. Women,
I bet you
we're immune to this,
but I bet you they don't do it when they're nurses.
Probably not.
They probably don't. Yeah.
No, but I have scrolled through some people that's like, says they're like, oh, specifically one that was like, I'm an ortho bro.
An ortho bro.
And yeah, like
that
an ortho
implies...
bro. Like, I don't know. I guess it doesn't like imply one thing or the other. Well, but like, ew. Why would you put that in your profile? No.
But what to avoid is vague descriptions.
Yes.
AKA an ortho bro, or I'm in the medical field. That could be sales. I mean, anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
or like, don't even need to put what you do you?
Would you read us your profile?
My profile sucks.
Okay, well, read us a new one. Read us one that you need it to be.
So I asked ChatGPT to make me a profile. About me, strong body, thoughtful mind, soft heart. Ew. ChatGPT, gross. Okay, let's say what not to do.
Listen, I just heard soft body. I know you didn't say that, but I need you to delete that immediately. So I would skip past that.
Soft body, strong heart. No.
Oh my God, I'm
reverse
dead.
Those. Okay, but here it told me what to avoid for you specifically. I don't know why he had to say that. Self-deprecating humor. I think because ChatGPT knows me so well, he's like, you're gonna.
He's red flagging.
Yeah, he's like, this is something you would do. I'm bad at dating. LOL.
Again,
over-explaining your independence and anything that sounds defensive. Oh my God.
I mean, it's really good advice, but I can't see you would do that. You would do it in your draft, but I don't think you would do it in your file. Really? After I proofread it.
Photo guidelines.
Yeah, okay.
Important. Clear smiling face, natural light, no sunglasses. Okay. A gym or casual fit picture, a dressed up date night energy, candid lifestyle.
Yeah. I like 2, 3, and 4.
And an optional fun/friends pick with you in the center. So there's no question of who you are, right?
Likeable, right?
Yeah. Overall vibe, emotionally available, grounded, respectful, curious, and consistent. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I also think that like just advice in general for those in PA school that maybe are on dating apps or whatever. Dating apps are the worst. That's my. I know that's not good advice, but
I think it is though. I think in general
they're bad.
In general, I think that if you're in PA school, you are available to the people you are around, obviously.
Yeah.
And in a city where there's a PA school, there's a medical school, there's nursing students. Like there's a big pool. And it doesn't all have to be medical, but I think you are in a situation where you're with a lot of other professionals academically, and that probably is the vibe that you want anyway.
Yeah.
So getting yourself out there, that's huge.
Yeah. Get yourself out there, but like just speaking from personal experience, dating apps kind of suck at a certain point in your life. Yeah. And I'm over them. Uninterested. I've deleted all of it.
Do you have any good stories about when you would go out, like what type of people you'd meet or what type of people your friends would meet, or any really good stories about like dating?
That was hard in my school because we were in such like a rural area. Okay. And like our PA school, our graduate campus was kind of separated from the undergrad campus, but the town's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and really all there is the undergrad campus. Like that's the center of this community. So like we were the only adults our age. It's not like there was a city where there's like working professionals our age or anything like that. So if people wanted to go out, it was like 45 minutes or an hour away. So we really didn't. Yeah. And then I came home on the weekends.
Yeah. Mine was the exact opposite. I was in New York City. I lived in the Bronx. I would take the train into Manhattan. I had some friends who lived in Manhattan, some friends who lived in Queens. So I spent a lot of time like in that area. And I remember going out like in Manhattan, and it depends. Like I was with one of my friends at the time, was 35, second career. She worked for Maury Povich, for like 10 years. And she would do their marketing, and she would go fly out to wherever and interview these psychopaths to bring them on the Maury Povich show.
So cool.
Made a ton of money. And so she told me, and was like, I'm done with that. I want to go to PA school, and I want to do plastic surgery for burn victims. And she did.
Wow.
Right. So her learning curve was like the academic part. She was like, God help me. But as soon as we got into clinicals, she had the people skills. Like she excelled. She was renting in Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan. So whenever we'd go out, We'd go to her house. And by the way, I've never slept in so many small apartments in my entire life.
So small.
So small. But I remember going to this Irish bar that she liked because she was like, I'm going to meet an Irish rugby player. I was like, that's amazing.
Was her goal.
That was her goal. So we'd go to this Irish bar, and it was the same group of us that would go. And we'd see like these guys come and watch rugby on TV, which apparently that's a thing. And I remember one time it was after like one long clinical day, and she fell asleep, like she put her head down and burnt her hair on the candle at the table. Like, I mean, you just don't have those stories like if you're just hanging out with your normal PA friends.
Yeah.
And I remember she had 2 non-PA friends, and they were like, "Are you okay?" Mm-hmm. And the rest of us PA people were like,
"She's normal.
She's fine.
Yeah,
just fine." But I was telling you earlier, I can still smell her burnt hair. But I also remember this time we were out. And again, it was at some bar, and it was late, and there was music, and we were dancing, whatever. And this guy's fist pumping with this thumb spike of cast on. And I remember stopping him, and I was like, who the fuck did that? That is terrible.
It looks bad.
I was like, this is terrible. Yeah. I remember like pulling his arm and showing my friends, and be like, this
wow.
is terrible. Like, who did that? Did you do that? But yeah, that was.
Sounds like something.
That sounds like something
I could find myself doing now.
I know. Yeah. Or I saw a guy one time.
Or like I would cower in the corner and be like, did I do it?
No. I saw a guy one time too that had this like massive scar on his forehead. And I was like, oh my God, what happened to you? And he said, 3 weeks ago, I got hit with a puck. And I was like, whoever closed that did an amazing job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was city, you would meet all different types of people. But I remember a lot of the PA students did not want to find other medical professionals. It was like the outlet for that.
Yeah, to get away from it.
To get away from that. And I didn't have anyone in PA school that ended up with another person in PA school.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so when I had moved to Atlanta, when I was dating somebody who was in PA school at the time, it was a lot more of like that fun. Like there was a lot to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, we would go to breweries around downtown Atlanta on the weekends. And I feel like it was kind of the opposite. Like, again, I was the outsider of this group. And so
that's hard.
The whole situation was like discussing the things that they were going through. And like, while I was still in medicine and working in like a medical field, so I had sometimes some things to contribute to the conversation. It was also hard to like be like, like am I annoying right now because I'm trying to insert myself? Like, would it be better if you know, which probably contributed to the demise of said situation.
But lesson learned, right?
Lesson learned. So I think that is, it's a good lesson for both people. Like, right, the outsider, you have to be understanding of like, this is their whole different life that's happening, and as if you're dating somebody who is not, then like trying to not make it all about that and be inclusive, right? My other advice is get to know somebody fully before you commit. Because it's all, like, when you are so in the troves of school and everything, I think especially at a certain age, and PA students, I think the vast majority, if we probably, I don't know, I didn't ask ChatGPT this, but like the age range is probably mid-20s to late 20s, which is right at that age, especially for us women, that you're like, my uterus is like expiring soon, right? Like I'm entering the stage of life. I need to find somebody. Like my next step is like, I'm in my grad school. Now I have to get married. That's what people do. So you get in that mindset. And I mean, I think you just like are so fixated on that like it's like almost a box to check. And I'm type A, so that's what it was for me, at least.
Like I will graduate PA school and I will find my husband.
So you know, it can be challenging too when you're so focused on school and all the other things to like see the forest through the trees, or see the forest through the trees. See the forest through the trees. So like went through my whole PA school, you know, being with this person that then when I was out of it and back in the real world in life and working, I was like, what is this?
I know.
You know, I don't think we actually knew each other.
I mean, and that's hard. I think, especially if you don't have someone who's in the medical field that you can kind of grow into. We are students now. Let's navigate jobs together, and then you have more common ground. But when it's outside of that, it is kind of hard to switch those gears. But I think if you are with someone, whether you're trying to be or you already are, or you're trying to like keep that relationship, I think very important to just like openly communicate, because I think if I were to date someone in PA school, they know, like this is hard because they know. But if you're dating someone that's not, you really have to like lay it out for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that communication is key. And for me, dating someone who's not in the PA field, they had no idea.
Yeah.
Like they had no idea. So it was a lot of those kind of same conversations where like, hey, for example, my husband would come down and be like, oh my God, I got a ticket to the Giants game. Like it's on Sunday night at like 7. And I'm like,
oh, okay.
I've got like a massive test tomorrow morning. No, I know, but like you'll be home by 11. And I'm like,
it's kind of late.
It's kind of late for me. But I think making some concessions when you need to, but open communication is huge.
Yeah.
But I think for you, Hannah, I think being a PA now, you have a ton to provide to someone. Like I think if I read your profile, I would be like,
a lot to offer.
Yes, you have a ton to offer.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to watch
I'm
you
emotionally
navigate.
available, grounded,
You are
and
emotionally
respectful.
available. I can't wait to see.
Soft body.
You have a soft body, which you should highlight. That's what I heard. I know that's not what it said. God, I hate you, ChatGPT. But I think there is hope for those dating in PA school, but 50% of the time it doesn't work out. It's a fact.
Oh my God. I was reading this and it's from my thing earlier. I asked it what to wear on my run today because it was 30 degrees. Thick beanies that avoid thick beanies that trap too much heat. And I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with my dating profile?
If you
don't post a
picture of yourself in a beanie,
a thick beanie that traps too much heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh my God, she has cancer.
Yeah.
It's a survivor. That's cool.
Prompt: together we could lift, run, cook something good, travel somewhere new, and actually talk about things that mattered. The key word is we could, because travel somewhere new.
Right.
Clearly I'm not doing any of that.
No, we could. You have to use you have to use those words.
Yeah. Could, don't currently. I found that myself in that situation several times. So like, what do you do for fun? I'm like, this.
Okay. So
right now, like this this is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Wait, I do have a question for you. What patient, oh my God, patient population. I can't even change my language.
Wow.
Excuse me. What demographic would you not date?
What demographic would I? So I have a list of red flags for myself that I've procured and developed, and I think I've become too picky. Anybody who works in real estate.
Okay. Like as a main or as a secondary?
Either.
Does it matter? Okay.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Self-proclaimed entrepreneurs.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Not a fan. Anybody whose job sounds fake to me, which is like 90% of jobs.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like the difference between a career in medicine and careers elsewhere. It's just like, I don't know. I see things that are like, ooh, the assistant director of vice president sales of blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's not even fucking real. Like, what do you do?
No, I think it is real because there's so many descriptive words, whereas an entrepreneur is someone in between jobs.
All I'm seeing when I read that is like The Office, like Dwight Schrute, assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
made up title.
Yeah. It's
unless you ask for a business card and you're like, oh my God, it is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any other no's on your list?
Would you date someone? Way more no's than yeses.
Well, okay, let me run through it. Would you date someone in the medical field?
Yeah, I would.
Would you not date a certain profession in the medical field?
Nah, I mean, not off the top of my head that I can think.
Like a neurosurgeon is not off.
Oh, that sounds scary. No, maybe that's a no. I didn't think about it before until now. My sister has a really interesting story. She went on a date with a neurosurgeon, and I don't know that I'll get into the details, but it was concerning.
Okay, I believe that.
Yeah.
What about a male OBGYN PA?
A male OBGYN PA? Do those exist?
I mean, if they do, it's a red flag, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Okay. Male OBGYN, like obviously male OBGYNs exist, but like, I don't know, I get a little bit of a red flag anytime I think about it.
What if it is a male hand surgery PA?
A male hand surgery PA?
Like it is you, but a male. No, right?
Me, but a male? No, because I'm just like constantly going to be comparing. Yeah. It's like a... Yeah. Again, we go back to the division thing. Like, what are you offering me right now? Like, what if they're the dumber one?
They might be the dumber. They
will be to
me.
Be
the dumber
they will be the dumber one. Okay,
yeah.
I will make sure of it. I will go to so many conferences and I will put myself here so that they are the dumber one, and then I'll resent them for the rest of forever.
Yeah, so you can't do that.
So I can't do that. Yeah.
What about a male office manager of medical practice? I know. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, will it help me in a sense? Maybe.
Yeah.
Only if it's helpful for me.
True. If you can,
right?
poach
Like if I
off
can
of
like,
them.
if I gain something through this situation, then yeah, sure.
Okay.
But I probably wouldn't. So,
But you're not going to put the no's on your dating profile. We just know what they are.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I approve.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, any advice for like people who are PAs married to with somebody non medical profession on how to go about the daily trenches of explaining why you're late to everything?
Yeah. So I think I'm married to someone who does not work in the medical field at all and no medical background, family or otherwise. So I am always the person who's like, hey, well, I have a hangnail or I have a sore throat. And I'm like, oh God, but
I don't do sore throats.
Okay. Just because I do something medical, which by the way is nothing, that is what I just said is nothing related orthopedically. So I'm basically no more qualified than my construction husband. But anyway, no, I think being honest about time constraints, because they just don't understand that. I've learned to say when I'm like, hey, I'm 20 minutes away, my husband knows that that's like plus or minus an hour. Yeah. So I've gotten better with that, I guess.
But he's also gotten better at knowing that.
But he's also put his like boundaries on certain things. Like when we go to work related events, previously we've been doing this for 20 years. Like previously we'd go and I'm like, we're going to stick together the whole time. And then I'm like, bing. Bye. And then, because I know all these people who doesn't. So he's getting better with that, but he'll say, we're going to stay for an hour and a half. And I'm like, okay. And then, of course, it comes time to it. I'm like,
5 more minutes.
Yeah. But, I mean, setting those parameters, I think, is really important. And then I try very much to keep work stuff at work. And then if he asks, then I feel like the gates are open. But my desire to talk about things all the time with him, it doesn't matter. It's like if he came home and talked to me about, this concrete sample or whatever, I would be like, wow, that seems like that was very hard, stressful, entertaining. But I'd be like, I don't
get it. Yeah.
So I think just keeping the work stuff at work and the conversations that you would much more enjoy, those are all your conversations. Yeah. Whereas I think developing the relationship outside of that, again, my identity is not all in that. And I think that's really important.
It is very important. So that is an important thing.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself, have you ever gotten into an argument building something? I'm talking like,
it's funny you
furniture.
say that because today we are
because I'm thinking like this is just in my experience in the past, because like part of what we do on a daily basis is assisting in the OR, and we're drilling and nails. This is like construction-esque type things, and sometimes
oh my God, yes. So this was right around the holiday time. We decided to put together this like wine cabinet thing, which like it's amazing. I've been looking forward to this for like a couple of years. I finally found one. We made it, whatever. So I got it in all the parts, and I was like, we're going to put this together. This is our time. We're going to do a project together. So I've got the drill and I'm drilling. And he's like, you need to put more force. Like you need to push the drill.
I was like, me how to fucking drill.
I was like, listen, I do this for a living. He was like, I do this for a living. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Like he does, but he never sees me in the OR. He doesn't know that I know how to like hold a drill. I'm drilling to bone, and this is wood. But he was like, but
it's like the same.
I do this for a living, and I was like, oh my God, you do.
But both of us do.
Yeah, no, but working well together, yes. When I think I can handle a task better, and I'm going to initiate and do that, and then he does that too. I'm like, what are you doing?
Do you hand him the drill the right way when you?
I do. It's very important to me.
Yes.
Yeah. And but again, he's not as precise as I would be, but that's not what you need necessarily.
Right.
But I will not comment on that. I'm going to tell him he did a great job and thank you for helping me.
Yeah.
So like today we are moving my daughter out of one room into another, and we started to do it last weekend, like with furniture and stuff and angles and moving and whatever. And I have learned to just like he does. He's more spatially aware than I am with bigger projects. I respect that.
Yeah.
But I die inside a little bit when I'm like, we should have done it this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's okay. So do we get in fights? No. Yes.
Yeah.
No and yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. When it overlaps in real life application, it's funny.
Perfect. Yes. So I think, biggest takeaways, if you're in PA school, you're in a time in life right now that's very different from where you will be soon enough from now.
And it's so temporary.
It's so temporary.
So if you're in it, you're in a relationship and you want to make it work, you got to put effort to make it work.
Yeah.
But you also have to understand when it doesn't work.
Yeah. But it's also okay to take that time in your life and be single. Or it's okay to be single right now. It's okay to be mid-30s and single.
Yeah, and you can also send us your profile and we can give you advice.
Yeah. We'll fix it up for you.
Yes.
I gotta work on mine first, but I'll fix yours up too.
With that one. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hopefully
you can relate to some of this, and we'll be back next time.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to Joint Effort PAs. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow PA or med-minded friend. You can also follow us on Instagram at Joint Effort PAs for updates and extra content. See you next time.